In the great Yoruba kingdom of Oyo-Ile, there once lived a maiden named Abeni. She was known far and wide for her mesmerizing beauty, but what truly set her apart was her long, thick, and lustrous hair. Her braids flowed down her back like black silk, shimmering under the sun, and when the wind blew, her curls danced as if they were alive. In the marketplace, women whispered about her, some with admiration, others with envy. Young men dreamed of winning her heart, while older men nodded in approval of her grace. Even Kabiyesi, the Alaafin of Oyo, had once commented on her extraordinary beauty. But Abeni knew she was beautiful, and this knowledge made her proud. Perhaps too proud. She spent hours in front of her bronze mirror, oiling her hair with the finest coconut oil and shea butter. She would weave intricate styles that only the best hairdressers in the kingdom could craft. If someone so much as complimented another woman's hair in her presence, she would laugh mockingly, confident that no one could compare to her. One fateful afternoon, Abeni and her friends sat beneath the great Iroko tree, braiding their hair and chatting about the upcoming Orisha festival. As they laughed and gossiped, an old woman with wrinkled skin and a hunched back approached them, leaning on a walking stick. She watched Abeni for a moment and then smiled. "My daughter," the old woman said, "your hair is truly a blessing from the gods. But remember, a blessing can turn into a curse if one does not show humility." Abeni smirked. "Mama, what could possibly happen? The gods have favored me, and I take care of what they have given me." The old woman nodded. "That may be so, but remember, never count your hair, for to do so is to challenge fate itself." Abeni raised an eyebrow. "And what happens if I count my hair?" she asked, folding her arms. The old woman's eyes darkened as if she had seen things no one else had seen. "Those who count their hair invite misfortune. It is a secret of the spirits, not meant for human curiosity." Abeni laughed, flicking her long braids over her shoulder. "This is nothing but an old woman's tale," she declared. The old woman sighed and shook her head. "You will see, my daughter. You will see." Then she turned and walked away, disappearing into the winding paths of the village. That night, after everyone had gone to sleep, Abeni sat in her hut, staring at her bronze mirror. Her curiosity burned inside her like fire. "What could possibly happen if I count my hair?" she whispered to herself. She reached for her comb, carefully unraveled her braids, and began. 1, 2, 3. A cool breeze drifted through her hut, making the oil lamps flicker. She hesitated but shook off the fear. 21, 22, 23. The wind grew stronger. Her curtains swayed, and the shadows in the room seemed to dance eerily. 58, 59, 60. A low whisper filled the air. "Abeni, Abeni, why do you count what is not meant to be counted?" She froze, her heart pounding in her chest. She looked around, but no one was there. "It's just my mind playing tricks on me," she muttered and continued. 98, 99, 100. The oil lamp blew out. Darkness swallowed the hut. A chilling laughter echoed through the room, and the air grew thick with an invisible presence. Abeni screamed, stumbling backward. Suddenly, she felt a sharp tug at her scalp, as if unseen hands were pulling her hair. She tried to stand, but her head felt unbearably heavy. Then everything went silent. The next morning, Abeni woke up feeling strange. Her head ached, and her scalp felt unusually light. As she reached for her comb, her fingers brushed against her hair, and clumps of it fell into her lap. She gasped. With trembling hands, she grabbed her mirror. Her beautiful, thick hair, the hair she had always been proud of, was falling out in great handfuls. By the time she stood, the floor was covered in black strands. She let out a wail so loud that the entire village came running. Her mother rushed in. "Abeni, what is wrong?" "My hair," Abeni sobbed. "It's gone." Gasps filled the hut. The once envied maiden of Oyo was now bald. Desperate, Abeni went to the Babalawo, the village's most powerful diviner. She knelt before him, tears streaming down her face. "Great one, help me. My hair is gone." The Babalawo peered at her and sighed. You have angered the spirits of the hair, Abeni. They guard the secrets of beauty, and you have offended them. What can I do? Please tell me. The Babalawo shook his head. There is only one way. You must journey to the sacred river at midnight and offer a calabash filled with honey, coconut oil, and 7 white cowries. If the spirits accept your offering, your hair will grow back. If they do not, you will remain bald forever. That night, Abeni did as she was told. She walked barefoot to the river, her head covered with a white cloth. Kneeling by the water's edge, she placed the offering into the river and whispered, "O spirits, I have learned my lesson. I was proud, and I ignored wisdom. Please forgive me." For a moment, nothing happened. Then a soft breeze rippled the water, and she heard the whisper again. "Your pride brought you here. Let this be a lesson. Some things are meant to be cherished, not measured." The water glowed for a brief moment, and Abeni felt a warmth on her scalp. The next morning, as she touched her head, she felt soft curls beginning to grow. Over the next few weeks, her hair returned, though it was never as long or as magnificent as before. From that day on, Abeni became humble, warning every young woman in the kingdom, never count your hair. Some things are best left untouched. And so, among the Yoruba people, the warning remains. To count one's hair is to challenge fate, and fate is not kind to the proud.